TV. All right, let me get the links all sent out to everybody, and then we'll get started. There we go. Got that sent. There's that one. One more. If you are a channel member and you are on Facebook, make sure that you hit me up. All right. All that's done. Hey, doll. No, you didn't miss last week. I was feeling horrible last week, so I didn't do a live last week. I sound like I swallowed a frog. It was bad. So I just said, sorry, I couldn't make it last week. But we're doing some fun stuff today. We are doing silicone putty. Have you ever used this before? I've never used it. This is my first time. So we're going to be in for a treat because we're learning it together. I do know we have to measure it by weight. So I have my handy dandy scale here. I have our little things. 2 separate containers, one white, one blue. We need equal parts by weight of each. And I have a sheet of wax paper I'm putting over my scale because I'm just going to scoop out some, put it on the scale, and I'm going to get one measurement because I have no idea how much I need. Don't have a clue. Never used it before. So if we have anything extra left over, we'll see what we make. We'll figure it out. Hey, Linda. Happy to have you here. I'm just getting on my gloves. I'm going to take my watch off. I don't want to get this putty on my watch. That would not be good. And we're going to measure it out. Now, I do know you measure, well, look, I love Let's Resin. This is their packaging. See that? And on the back, it has how to, what you need to do. So, it says measure out equal amounts by weight, part A, part B, blue and white. And then you can mix and knead it together until it's one uniform color. Oh, they're saying place a thin layer, but that's not what we're doing with this. They're doing brooches with this. So they're taking a piece and they're pressing into the putty. We are going to do that, but we're doing it a different way. I'm going to outline this square. And all I did was take one of my wood pieces and I put some wax paper over it. And I'm going to outline the edge of this with the putty. And I'm going to imprint this crystal on there. So you see how sparkly and shiny and all that is. We're just going to press it into this putty and imprint that so it picks up all the sparkle and diamond effect. And then after I'm done with all the putty, I'm going to come back with liquid silicone, pour a puddle here. It's going to self-level. And then once everything cures, it's going to be one mold. And we'll have the silicone bottom. So we can do a coaster where we can build from the bottom facing up and have that beautiful diamond edge. Or we can take it out of the mold, turn it over, and use it that way. So that is the game plan. Now, I don't know if it's going to work out that way. That is my hope. So we'll see how that goes. And I also have regular liquid silicone for when we get our putty figured out. Then I can pour that bottom layer where we have the smooth for the mold. But I guess first things first, move this box out of the way. Let's open these. Oh, it has a little. I'm going to save this because I don't know if I need to reseal that or not. But let me get my scale ready. Did y'all recover from Thanksgiving and all the Black Friday sales? That's why I wasn't here. Because Thanksgiving really took a lot out of me. Y'all know with my, let me get this set up before I forget and get sidetracked. There we go. With my long COVID, it just drains me so fast, and I'm on oxygen 24/7. So cooking everything I did for Thanksgiving, let me tell y'all, for a Southern cook, trying to downsize and not cook so much is like, it's non-existent. It doesn't work that way at all. So I enjoy cooking, always have for my family. I made myself do it. It was great. Food was wonderful, but you know, there's trade-off. You do all that, and then you have to pay a price. So I was paying that price last Friday. Wet my whistle. All right, so I have my scale set. I'm just going to go in here and dig some of this out with my gloved hand. Y'all look at that. It's kind of like tapping. And like I said, I don't know how much I need at all. Goodness. So I'm gonna measure a good bit out. 94. Let's do 100 of each. 96. 98. Really? Dude, really? Don't y'all hate when you try to do that? You try to be precise, and it says nope. Wow. There we go. All right, we got 100. Now I'm going to push all this back down inside here. And I'm going to put this lid back on because we don't want it to dry out. I think that's why that lid is there. It's kind of like silly putty. I mean, you can call it silly, silicone. All right, so let's get our blue. We have our white. I'm just going to set it over here. Now we're going to do our blue. All right. And that's one thing I didn't look at is what is the work time for this? It doesn't really say either. Eight. There we go. So we have 100 of each. And now comes the fun part, which my grandbaby will love this. Now we get to just knead it all together. Get that off there. Stop here. I'm going to move my scale away. And now, just like taffy, I'm just going to mix it all together. Like so. I'm going to pull it apart. Twist it. Mash it up. I want to make sure all of this is mixed. This part's kind of fun, y'all. It's a good stress reliever. So I'm just mixing it and combining it like so, twisting it up, smushing it down. I want to make sure I don't have any white streaks, that everything is totally mixed. Oh, look, that was really quick. Okay. So now what we're going to do, it looks like everything is combined. I don't see any white in here. And you see I just twist it, smash it down. All right. So I'm going to have my wax paper. I'm going to set this mixture on. And then I'm just going to roll this out like so. And I don't have anything on my gloves at all. So I want to make sure that this is a similar amount. And this is what we're going to do. I'm taking my crystal and I'm pressing in. I'm making this a live edge with this crystal imprint. See that? Can you see that? All I did was press the crystal into that. Now, I'm going to take some more of this. I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to pinch it so it's all combined. Like this. Okay. Let's get some more. Y'all, this is easy. And I'm pinching this together. Just like if you were making a pie and you're pinching the crust. Right? So your filling doesn't leak out. This is what we're doing. Okay? And I want to make sure. Get off there. Stuck to my board. I really want to make sure this is level. I need to add some more here. I'm going to add some more. Is this easier than y'all thought it would be? It sure is easier than what I thought it was going to be. All right, I'm going to have some left. Just rolling it into a log. So then I can pinch it all together so it's one piece. And when I pour my silicone, it's not gonna leak under here. That's what I want. Ooh. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour liquid silicone right here in the middle. That's what I'm going to pour liquid silicone here. It's going to form the bottom of this mold. That is the plan. We're going to see if all this works. And I'm just going to take my crystal and imprint again into the sides here. And around the corners. Here. Y'all, this is much easier than what I thought. I was a little nervous about this for nothing. Easy. Like I said, I don't know. Cure time. I'll look that up in a minute. My crystal side. See that, y'all? All the way around the edge. Lean over. I am not going to pour my silicone in the middle of this until this is done. Yes, it's a silicone putty. There's two parts to it. So like we have the liquid silicone, you have A and B, and we pour together and we mix it. This is the same thing, just in putty form. So you have A or a B and A mixed equal parts by weight. So that's why I measured it on the scale. And mix it up with your hands, kneading it like you would a dough. And that's how you mix it. It's that easy. And honestly, some of this is going over the side. You see that? I'm not worried about it because I can cut that off after it's cured. I really don't care about that. Now, this is something I want to. Where's my handy dandy? Y'all, oh, there it is. When you're making a mold, I want to make sure, and I'm not letting it sink into my putty, but I want to make sure that it's level. Hey, Rebecca. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I love your mama. Linda is awesome. Thank you for the prayers. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, so let's do some research while we're here. First, I have this little piece left, and I think what I'm going to do, I have a crystal. This was made from resin. This is not a real crystal, y'all. See how sparkly that is? It was made from this real crystal. I want it to stick to each other. Yes, it's going to. So when I pour this in, the liquid silicone, when I pour it in, it is going to bond to this, however much I fill it up. And it can be up a layer, but it's going to bond to this. And that's what I want because I want everything to cure and be one mold. So when I pull this off of my wood piece after it's cured, it's going to have the silicone bottom that I want and need to make this a total mold together with a live edge. So what I'm going to do with this other silicone, see, I can smash it down and then I can imprint. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this, I'm just going to smash this down and I'm going to imprint this crystal on here. And then I have an inlay. So I'm going to set this on. There we go. See that? I'm going to make this an inlay. So I'm going to press my crystal down in here. So there we go. I have that. And I'm going to let that sit and cure. But I'm going to take my gloves off now that we've worked with all the silicone. And I have my computer over here. So I want to look up, oh, thank you, Rebecca. Congratulations. Oh, you're not slow, please. Any questions y'all have, because this can be confusing. Trust me. I've had to work it out in my brain for a little bit. So let's look up what is a cure time for silicone putty. Let's resin. All right, let's see what it says. Let's go to their website. Y'all, goodness gracious alive. I'm sweating like a stuck pig. All right, what that's silicone. Oh, and let me tell you what else I'm going to do. You see these beautiful little puppies. Aren't they adorable? I love them. I'm going to make a mold out of these little puppies. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to put them down. Well, I'm going to have to cut something else out. I'm going to have a piece thick enough that I can set them in straight up and down like so. See how he's straight up and down in the cup? So there'll be a bottom underneath him. And I'll make sure with double-sided tape or hot glue or something that he's stuck down good. And then what I'm going to do is I'll take my liquid silicone, pour it in, and it's going to create a mold of this whole little puppy. So that's one of my next projects that I'm going to work on. I've got to find something that is big enough, tall, height-wise, and wide enough for me to sit him down good and have enough room to have that mold where he's not directly at the edge, because you don't want him directly on the edge, or you're going to have a very thin mold wall that you can put your finger through, or it can just split open. We don't want that. So I got to find something that I can use, but I have a few of these little babies. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. I have this one, and I have two others like them. I've had these, gosh, probably 30 years, and I really want to make a mold. They're so adorable. I love them. All right, back to our research. Sorry. Squirrel. All right. Let's go to Silicone Putty. Nope. How's the weather on your neck of the woods? I mean, it's not hot here at all. It is just a midlife heat wave. That's what I'm dealing with. All right, let's see. What the heck was that? Wow. Okay. I just saw something new. Did y'all know that Let's Resin has an auto pump machine? You can put in how much resin you want, and it pumps it into your cup. Okay, that's wild. I did not know that. All right. Are you kidding me? They discontinued the putty? Y'all, I keep running into this. They take things out of inventory, and I don't have a clue about it. I'm kind of disappointed now. Let's see what it says. I don't want regular silicone. Dagnabbit. Well, I guess I should have done this research beforehand. This is what happens when you do this blind. I almost said silly putty, y'all. They have it under their troubleshooting. They don't. Let's see if it says. Ooh. 3 to 5 minutes. We did that. Use nitrile gloves. We did that. Ooh, okay, so it doesn't tell me. Well, we're going in blind on this because I can't find it. I know, Linda. I can't wait either. It's cold up there. We just sent y'all some snow. Did you get it? You know what? That's a great question. This is really funny. They did take those out. And you know what happened? I went to my contact with the company and I said, look, these are very, very popular. All of my people use them. Why did y'all take them out and you didn't even tell us? Don't even give us a last call, a last chance to stock up if it's something we use a lot. It's now back in rotation. Thanks to y'all, because they did one more run. They said, okay, we didn't give y'all enough notice, so we'll do one more run. They put that run out, and it was selling like hotcakes, which a lot of it, I told my people, hey, they're putting it back out there. It's in stock. Grab it if you want it. I grabbed what I wanted to because I use it all the time. So now they put it back in. So, yay, holographic glitters are staying. Let's see. What is this one? Could you make a mold with that crystal and then add a husky dog and make it? That would be really cute. Yes, that would be beautiful. So, like it's a mountain or a glacier. Yes, that would be beautiful. I live in the mountains in Colorado Springs, and we just got our first big snow finally 2 days ago. I'm super happy for that. Yeah, and that's funny because we just did a thing, Rebecca, with the Northern Lights. Hey, we got to have our shinies. We need that. It's a must have. Sparkling is a must. So I agree with that. I got you, Rebecca. Arctic. Yes, for sure. But, all right, y'all. Like I said, I don't know how long it's going to take for this to cure. I would imagine if it's like regular silicone, the pour, 4 to 6 hours normally is what it takes. But I like to add extra time. So I'm probably going to let this set overnight. Later on, when the stiffens up, I will pour a layer of liquid silicone. So I have a bottom to this. So it's not just a frame. So we can fully pour resin in here. To make sure that all that is good and in there. This is like stamping. All right, I don't want to lose all of my. There we go. Okay. I believe it stays this color blue as it dries, just like you can see on their little piece here where they did a brooch. And these are great. This putty is great if you want to do those little things. Like if you have an antique brooch or a cameo that you really love and you want to be able to create your own designs or colors or whatever, this is great for that. So I would just mix up a little bit, press it down like they have, and then put your brooch face down and press. Make sure when you press though, double check that it's level, because what will happen is your mold will be unlevel, and when you pour your resin, all your resin's going to go to one side. So it's very important, like you saw me do, double check your level on your mold, because you don't want it out of level. And sadly, we see that happen a lot nowadays because there's such a big demand. Resin has become so popular, there's a huge demand for molds. So the quality of the mold has really gone down. And we're seeing people think their tables are not level, when in all actuality, it is the mold itself that is not level. Like, so if it's off level, you tilt it, then all your resin's going to go to one side. And you're going to have to shim up your mold to make it level. And these, look, I just did some stencils yesterday on some stuff. Used different color micas, brushed it all in. And I'm probably going to pour, I was going to do black, but I don't like black with Christmas. So I am going to do a white background with this. So that's cute. And y'all, this is my favorite. I'm guilty. I admit it. Dear Santa, please forgive the F-bombs. 2025 was crazy. I'm making that for my daughters. They're adults. They're not youngins. So I thought it would be funny. It's a cute little gift. But y'all, that's all we have for this one. We have to give this time to set up. Like I said, once it's been setting for 3 or 4 hours, I'm going to come back and pour some liquid silicone in here to give me that base. So we'll have a new mold, hopefully. Be on the lookout, because once this is all done, I will do the silicone bottom, and then once it's all dry, I will pour resin, and I'll show you our final effect from our mold if we get what we want. Also, we're going to have our inlay, so that's going to be fun. I'm excited for that. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have for this one. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I didn't want to make this super long, a little over 30 minutes. We're good. Oh, I said I was going to do a drawing, didn't I? Shame on me. All right. It is December. So, giving away 5 memberships. And I've got something in the works for members only. That's going to be fun. Trust me, no one's going to miss any cool tips or trips. Y'all, we're not doing tips, we're not doing trips, but tips and tricks. How about that? I never do that. So if I do a members only thing, it's just going to be a fun, cutesy little thing. Nobody's going to miss out on any secrets or hacks or anything like that. I never do that to my people. So anyway, I want to make sure that I treat my members good too. I really appreciate it, because you guys help support me. My channel's not sponsored. Nobody is, paying for all the stuff. It all comes out of my pocket. So that helps a lot. I appreciate it, y'all. That is all we have for this one. Have a fun and safe weekend. Do lots of resin. Do lots of Christmas gifts with your resin. But until next time, y'all know the deal. Do all the YouTube stuff. Give this a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That allows beginners to find us and learn these cool tips and tricks along the way too. But I hope you have a great weekend. Happy arting. Ta-ta for now.